Will the AI bubble burst? All right, welcome back to the Turing Test Podcast, everyone. I'm Jamie.
I'm Rachel. Today we're diving into a topic that's been buzzing around like a swarm of angry bees. Will the AI bubble burst?
Yeah, and it's kind of like the tech version of a soap opera, isn't it? You know, one minute everyone's in love with AI, and the next it's like, oh wait, what's happening?
Exactly. I mean, look at the hype around generative AI. It's like everyone suddenly thinks AI is going to solve world hunger or something. But let's be real here.
Right? It's like, hey AI, can you also do my laundry while you're at it? But seriously, there's a lot of skepticism out there. Some experts are saying that the infrastructure costs are just too high for the returns we're seeing.
But hold on. Just because there are high costs doesn't mean it's a bubble. I mean, look at how far we've come in just a couple of years. AI is being integrated into everything from healthcare to finance.
Sure, but integration doesn't equal profitability, Rachel. I mean, we've seen this before with the dot-com bubble. Everyone thought the internet was going to change everything, and then, boom, it crashed.
Oh, please, Jamie, you can't compare AI to the dot-com bubble. That was a different time, a different technology. This is driven by major players like Google and Microsoft.
Major players who, by the way, are also known for their questionable decision-making. Remember when Google tried to launch Google Glass?
Okay, fair point. But that doesn't mean AI is doomed to fail. I mean, we're talking about real advancements here. Look at ChatGPT. It's literally changing how we interact with technology.
Changing how we interact. More like changing how we procrastinate. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've seen people using AI to write their essays instead of doing the work themselves.
Well, that's on them. But the potential is still there. You can't deny that.
I'm not denying potential. I'm just saying that potential doesn't always translate to success. There's a lot of faith being placed in AI, and faith doesn't pay the bills.
But you're acting like it's all doom and gloom. There are companies investing billions into AI research. They wouldn't do that if they didn't see a future in it.
Or maybe they're just hoping to cash in before the bubble bursts. It's like a game of musical chairs, and I'm not sure everyone's going to find a seat when the music stops.
You're so cynical. Just because some people are skeptical doesn't mean the whole industry is going to collapse.
Cynical? I call it realistic. I mean, let's look at the facts. There's a lot of hype, but not a lot of tangible results.
But that's the thing. It's still early days. We're just scratching the surface of what AI can do.
Early days? We've been hearing that for years. At some point, you have to wonder if it's just a fancy way of saying, we're not really sure what we're doing.
Okay, but let's talk about the data centers. You think they're just going to become ghost towns?
Well, I mean, if the demand drops, what's going to happen? They can't just sit there collecting dust.
But they can be repurposed, just like old shopping malls are being turned into community centers.
Right, because nothing says community like a data center. Hey kids, let's go hang out at the server room.
You know what I mean? They can be used for other computing projects.
Shh. Sure, but that doesn't change the fact that there's a lot of money being poured into something that might not yield the returns everyone is expecting.
But isn't that the nature of innovation? You take risks and sometimes you fail.
Yeah, but some risks are just plain reckless.
And some skepticism is just fear of change.
Fear of change. More like fear of losing money.
Okay, let's take a step back. By the way, so before we continue, just a quick shout out to Augmented AI, the producer of the Turing Test Podcast. Augmented AI hosts a variety of cutting-edge courses in generative AI, large language models, edge AI, robotics, and computer vision. You can get a free generative AI course at bit.ly/Turing Test Podcast or go to www.augmentedstartups.com.
Definitely check that out, folks. It's a great way to get up to speed on all this tech stuff.
Unlike some people here who seem to be stuck in the past.
Oh, please, I'm just trying to keep it real.
All right, but let's get back to the topic. What do you think will happen if the bubble does burst?
Honestly, I think we'll see a lot of companies scrambling to justify their investments.
But that doesn't mean it's the end of AI.
No, but it could mean a lot of layoffs and a slowdown in innovation.
You're being so dramatic.
Dramatic? I'm just being realistic.
Okay, but let's not forget that there are still plenty of companies making strides in AI.
Sure, but how many of them are actually profitable?
That's not the point. The point is that they're innovating.
Innovation is great, but if it doesn't lead to profits, what's the point?
The point is to push boundaries.
Push boundaries until you hit a wall, right?
You're impossible.
And you're overly optimistic.
Well, someone has to be.
All right, let's wrap this up. What's your final take?
I think AI is here to stay, but we need to be cautious about how we approach it.
And I think we're in for a bumpy ride.
Well, at least we can agree on that.
For once.
And lastly, don't forget to check out Augmented AI University to upgrade your skills and become an AI expert fast. Go to bit.ly/Turing Test Podcast to enroll in your free cutting-edge AI course at augmentedstartups.com. See you next time.
See you next time, folks.